guys, it's me again, Ruowen Huang. First day of the school, first day, everybody go back to work. I don't know if many of you are like me. If you're parents, you're probably very happy your kids and family leave the house and go back to school so you can slowly get back to your regular routine. But anyway, I'm here to wish you guys Happy New Year. It's a great New Year's. Before I start, let me introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. 2017 is a good year for all of you to set a new goal for your life. In Chinese, I roughly mentioned, if you know a little bit about numerologies, you would know 2016 is a end of a cycle. So end of a cycle means if many of you are aware, you realize a lot of things that not so fun things kind of happened last year. You know, you either more physically stressed, mentally stressed, or sometimes things just happen out of nowhere. You don't know what's happening. Just to let you know, it's nothing bad. It's basically the end of the cycle. So that means a new cycle is beginning. It's a great time for you guys to set a new goal, set a new, things that you want to work on, or hi, and then, just set it as a goal. Set it as a goal. It's a great year because numerology for 2017 is mean 1. That's basically beginning of a new cycle. So this is a great time for you to think. Just for your reference, numerology cycle is basically 9 years per cycle. So it's time for you to think about what you're going to be, who you're going to be, or what kind of future, what kind of life you plan to live for the next 9 years. 2017 will be a good year to start. So anyway, not sure, I think I introduced myself. Though I make it casual if I can. But anyway, I'm just going to come up and try to answer a question. Somebody wrote me an email and asked me, how can they identify the voice between higher self and ego, your self-ego, right? I do believe this is a question that a lot of people ask me throughout the years, just because, when we start getting to the psychic journey, when we try to get in touch with our higher self and then try to let go of our ego, right? Or our logic or our conscious mind, it's very often, whatever idea got a glimpse, that 1 second of glimpse that we have with our higher self, it seems like, our ego just can't wait to step in right away. That's why if you do follow my previous episode, you are aware that I mentioned your instinct or your gut feeling, or your, this higher self voice never seems to last longer than 3 seconds. Or 5 seconds. So now I'm gonna put it in a broader perspective. Let you guys understand how can you really identify the voice between higher self and ego. You see, ego is basically formed by logic, right? But because it's formed by logic, that what you learn on this life. So a lot of time, this logic will try to make sense of things. So when it makes sense of things, it also will judge things based on your past experience. They're using your past experience to predict what your future experience is going to be like. So that's why when your ego is talking, there will be a lot of, human emotion in there. That means you will tend to be afraid of things, worry about things, or you will evaluate things. You have a lot of meaning or a lot of thought into it because you're not sure what the future outcome would be, right? So therefore, if you want to know if that's your ego talking, very simple thing, you just judge if that decision or whatever decision you decide to make contain a lot of emotion. If it does contain a lot of emotion, the chance is it is your ego talking. Whether believe or not, it is your ego talking. Okay, because it will convince you, or it will sometimes even need comforting, or it was sometimes when I'm making, like very often, right? We in the crossroad, we want to make decision A, we want to make decision B, and we were not sure, which voice should we listen to, and we could not decide if that's our higher self talking to us or if that's my ego talking to me. I couldn't quite tell, right? Very simple. make the decision and see how you feel. The chances if your ego is talking, you got a lot of feeling going on there. You will require, comforting probably, or you will require, yeah, right. Yeah, that should be the way, you know what I mean? Because based on your past experience, right, we tend to make decisions based on comfort zone. When we fall into our comfort zone, then we will feel comfortable. So what I'm saying is, if your ego is helping you make a decision, really listen to yourself. There's a lot of situation you try to make sense. There's a lot of emotion going on. There's a lot of up and down, or there's a lot of, criticism or justification or something. If you ever caught yourself doing that, that is your ego talking. Of course, you're going to ask me, well, that's majority of the time. Yeah, that is majority of the time. Pretty much as long as you are awake, your ego is never shut up. Okay? So it's really difficult to catch your higher self talking. Why? Because higher self are one of those people who know things happen for a reason. Even you choose the wrong path, even you met the wrong person, even you make the mistake. See, higher self is like a teacher that go with you along the way, right? Along the way, and knowing everything happened for a reason. There's no mistake, there's no accident, there is no things that shouldn't be there, or tests you shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? They know everything. So therefore, they not very often giving you any advice. But there are times we are in a crossroad. We are very confused. We don't know where our future will be, what decision should I make, and we are so eager to feel that connection between our higher self, right? They do talk. Not quite. They don't talk. They send you this kind of frequency or vibe. Like, everything will be okay. I know it sounds like cliche, but trust me. Have you ever wondered, like, people study? If they've been psychic journey for so long and all of a sudden their sentence becomes so simple and it sounds like everybody's speaking the same, the same language, same word, and same simple vocabulary, that's exactly the world your higher spirit's living in. It's actually quite funny, but took me a long time to figure that out. But the chances, it doesn't matter where you are, who you are, what are you dealing with, and things like that. The only phrase, if you ever want to know, that your higher spirits will most likely tell you is, everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. Nothing more, nothing less, but everything will be okay. And why am I saying this to you is, your life is planned. It's planned by you, your higher spirit, higher self, or higher whatever, right? It's planned by you. There's no accident in your life. No accident. Not kidding. No accident. Even though you're a human logical thing, that is an accident. That is not an accident. Even your human mind think that is a mistake. There's no mistake. Everything is planned. Planned with one thing in mind and one agenda to achieve. That is, through that, you become a better being. Through that process, your soul become an evolved soul, right? So you will understand it doesn't matter which way you choose when you are middle of crossroad. You can choose A or you can choose B. The chances, they will all lead you to the same place, same outcome. That is better you, better you. So, either through A, might take a little bit longer way, but you're still gonna get there. Or you go B, it might take quicker way, harsher, but you're still gonna get there. If at the end of the journey, what you try to learn as a soul is to become a loving soul. You know what I mean? A loving soul. Like this, it doesn't matter you choose A or B. At the end of the journey, you will become a loving soul. Does that make sense to you? So what I'm saying is, instead of wasting so much time to worry, thinking, judging, am I listening to my higher self or am I listening to my ego? You know what I mean? Choose what you think is right and go for it. Go for it. Give it a try. What I'm saying, if you're focusing on is trying to learn something out of whatever experience that you're experiencing with, you will get it. As long as you get it, you will move on to the next test. You will move on to the next, phase of your life that you can do something greater. You know what I mean? And you can be a better being, whatever you want to be. So anyway, this episode is simply to tell you there's no need to really waste your time worrying in or thinking who are you listening to. It doesn't matter. Life is not accident. There's no accident in your life. So whatever happened, whatever decision you made, make that for a reason. You know what? So if you really want to judge, is it my higher spirit or is it my ego? Here, let me rumble it up for you again. Ego contains a lot of emotion. Once you make certain decision of your life, once you ask a question, my assumption is if you want to know it's from your higher self ego, it's because you have a question to ask, right? So if you ask a question and then you hear whatever conversation or even you answer yourself, try to be with yourself for that moment and figure out, am I having a lot of emotion going on here? If so, that's most likely from your ego, from your, lower self or whatever you call it. So if you want to identify what's from higher self, really, higher self don't talk that much. Not really. They don't talk. Period. If they do talk, they don't speak more than 5 words. And that 5 words, very simple. Everything will be okay. Okay? So that's most likely what they would tell you to do. Because as a higher self, they see a bigger picture. They know things will happen for a reason. They know you make mistake to learn. They know you step this path because you're supposed to pick something along the way. So unlikely they would tell you, don't go or don't do that. Don't choose that. You know what I mean? They most likely would just say, you know what? Right or wrong, good or bad, everything will be just fine. So anyway, just a little sharing with you guys. Also to let you know, New Year 2017, I will mention so many times, it's the beginning of the new cycle. Cycle for life, cycle for your spirit, cycle for this physical, I don't know. But great year to start a New Year resolution. Really, instead of a New Year resolution, really spend some time with yourself. Try to figure out what kind of person do you want to be and post it somewhere that you can see clearly. You know what? Put an agenda. This is who I want to be. This is who I want to become. This is the life I want to be. That can really set a good foundation for the next 9-year cycle. So anyway, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or my website ruowen.com. Till then, I see you guys next time. Bye bye.